Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. I'm actually just here at the Bothell First Lutheran Church today, about to accompany a very, very skilled hornist that I knew in college a while back. He has his master's degree now. I'm about to accompany him on piano. I'm a little bit nervous, but not that much. I'll have plenty of time to warm up my fingers and look over all this stuff very much mentally. But I'm making this little video. Partly to calm my nerves, partly just to maybe just mention a few things, whatever I can do to calm my nerves. But I'm honestly not too nervous. I know the music, but we've had some really rough rehearsals and some miscommunication and things. And there's been a lot going on. It's been hard for me to keep track of everything. But more on that later. Or it was more of that as you guys are curious about it. But this is a pretty awesome church here in Bothell. I'd say I have, speaking of just churches for a sec here, Lutheran Church, there are some things that kind of really I've noticed over time, not just this particular church, but many other churches, that I think are very interesting to note. I've been to the Philadelphia Church in Seattle, by the way. It's a kind of Assembly of God type place. Or it's Pentecostal. It's in that kind of ballpark of churches. And so there's a certain feel to that church, which I like. I'm familiar with it. I knew a young woman that went there when she was younger. And I've been inside, of course, Catholic cathedrals. I've been in some other types of churches similar to Catholic Church, Episcopalian, Anglican. I've been inside Presbyterian churches. Protestant churches in general have a certain feel to them. It's a little different, of course, than Catholic churches. And, of course, there's my church, Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. I've never been inside a Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. Never been inside one of those. I imagine I've been in some other churches as well. Lutheran churches are interesting because they do feel, in a way, it does feel a lot more like you're in school, in a way. I mean that in a good way. I do, because I don't know if you guys are aware of this. The Germans and Scandinavians that came over to the Midwest in the 1800s valued education extremely highly, of course. And so they were some of the first, as far as public schools go, in the whole structure of schools, public schools, they were some of the first. The Midwest was one of the first areas to really have widespread public schools, and that were really. Well, you can get more into that, all that kind of stuff. But they were known for education. This is even in the 1800s when they first came to the United States. And when it comes to, of course, the Lutheran Church, which has that background originally, there's definitely that feeling where you have everything's very organized and very scholarly in a way. But the way the churches are organized and set up and everything, it does feel a little bit more like a school compared to other churches. Some churches, it's very much, again, just, your Pentecostal type churches are going to have more room for a rock band or something. They're going to be a little bit different. Anyway, that's fine. My church the churches themselves are simpler. They're smaller. A lot of times you have a chapel with the grand piano and a pulpit and the table for the sacrament, and you have pews and things, and not much else, hymnals there, and then you have, sacrament trays and things in the back. You have classrooms surrounding, and also a big gym or cultural hall, we call it, that's in back of the chapel, in the middle of the building. That's usually the main setup for more modern churches. Of course, our temples are much more elaborate, much more elaborate. At least the older ones, but they're the big deal. So it's just interesting. On that note, though, getting back to more what I'm doing here today, I'm just needing to really focus. Now, I had a few things to mention. This is a more musical train of thought. It is a matter of practice, but it's also a matter of calming your nerves down, just being very, not jumpy with with anything you're doing that's more stressful like this. The mental preparation alone is really important to having a successful performance or accompaniment, especially the harder the music is. I do know the music. I'm going to go over it here in just a sec. But anyway, I'm actually wondering, as I talk, if I'm actually supposed to let someone know I'll be down here in the music room. I just didn't see anybody in the front of the church. So I might do that. But I imagine it will be fine. But I might just do that just to be on the safe side. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Take care.